YouTube, what it do? It is your boy Benji, and we are back in between the ropes. If you're new, please don't forget to subscribe. You can follow me on multiple social media platforms. Check out the Patreon too. We love to post things up there that we don't get to see in entirety on YouTube. But we get straight into it, man. In the ropes, we love wrestling, and we just watched WrestleMania Night 1. This is WrestleMania 41 Night 2, and I got to drop my review and reaction to it. The night opened with our champion, Io Shirai. Io Sky. She walks out. She's swagging it. She's so cool. And the challengers follow suit. We got Bianca Belair, who actually embraces her stepdaughter. And for some strange reason, the crowd is still booing her. They don't even know what to do. Again, like over the last few weeks, we've seen the crowd be so fickle. They don't know what they're doing. But at least Night 2 showed us that the crowd was a little bit more ready to come with a little energy tonight. I mean, Rhea Ripley in this, like, Batman Who Laughs type mask. Like, I seen somebody point it out online. I was like, oh, yeah, I can see the reminiscence. This is a little similar. Anyways, I don't think there was any doubt in my mind that this match was going to cook. I was more so upset that the build-up was so lackluster and so lazy. And you know things we like to grade over here. We've got yay, okay, and nay. And this match did everything it was supposed to do, man. It got us hyped for Night 1. And, I mean, banger. Bro, these women put together some great spots. There were some great moments. Everybody got to showcase their moveset. Everybody looked good. But even the ending, I would say, was well-deserved. I also got to say, well, when Io does that thing, bro, she's so cool. You know what I mean? She's so cool. There was even, like, a Riptide kick out, too. But yeah, it ended the way I've been predicting and the way it should have ended. Rhea and Bianca literally taking the eye off the ball, leading to Io Sky's win. And that's exactly what happened. Bianca puts Rhea in the KOD, plants her on the ground, and while she's trying to pin her, literally forgetting that Io Sky is coming out of the heavens with an over the moonsault. Drops on both of them, pins Bianca. Walks out with a title. I'm not mad at this at all. I got to give it a yay. This is exactly the way that things should have went. And at least now Io can walk away scot-free from these women and do something with somebody else as a challenger. Additionally, this probably sets up Bianca versus Rhea down the line. That we're really going to see these two match up. And in some sense have a proper feud. I hope at least for that. Match number 2 was Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest, and this is something that I think a lot of us were excited to see. It was one of the matches that had a stipulation that I think that was fitting of the beef these guys had. Again, I mean, Damian Priest has been a thorn in the side of Drew McIntyre for literally over a year. Like, if you look back to last year's WrestleMania, he cashed in on Drew. He snatched his title up in 5 minutes. In all of the following PLEs, we noticed that there was big moments that actually had Damian Priest involved. But yeah, there were some nasty spots in this match, bro. I mean, bro, this dude's suplex, bro, on the ramp. I mean, you know, they were getting hit with steel stairs. They were going through tables, barricades. I mean, this was brutal. Of course, Drew McIntyre with a dope meme. He's already viral. There was even a moment when Drew McIntyre did a flip over the top ropes, but that was dope. 270, bro. Yeah, these guys were beating the heck out of each other. I mean, there was a couple of dope moments where, I mean, these guys got put through tables. I mean, we had Drew McIntyre taking a razor's edge into a table. Future shot DDT onto the steel steps. Ted Priest flying out of the ring on these 2 tables. And then there was a chair that was set up in the corner by Damian Priest. Drew McIntyre pulls Priest back into the ring, claymores him into the chair, and takes a 1, 2, 3. About time. Drew McIntyre stands tall. This is the way that things should have went. This is my prediction to win as well. Another yay. Now, hopefully, these guys can move on and do better things. But I wouldn't be mad at, you know, if they were maybe did another match. Who knows? I'm not always negative here. We then went into the Fatal 4-Way that, again, had, like, not much story into it. I mean, we had Penta, Dirty Dom, and Dom actually walks out with a Rey Mysterio mask, and then he tries to rip it off. And comes out now in full aura. And then I don't know what Finn was doing. But I did peep. He's back to his music. And of course, Braun Breaker. Similarly, this match had its moments where everybody was able to shine, get some offense in. And, I mean, we kind of saw things that we needed to see. Braun Breaker looked like he was dominant. But there were still some moments where, Finn and Dom were able to team up and try and ensure that they were able to eliminate some of the competition. And, of course, Penta got his moves in, too. And, again, I would say the crowd actually did their thing this match. Braun Breaker's amazing. And then we saw a dope moment that we were all waiting on. Where, again, my prediction was that Dom and Finn were going to have to get to a point where they realized that it's going to be one of us and none of us. And so Dom takes an opportunity. Look at Carlito in the back. To try and 6'9" Finn. But Finn blocks that. Is not going for it. And the two of them kind of go at it for a little bit. And we get to see Carlito interrupt, which was dope. But unfortunately, he took the spear of the night. 2 viral spears in a week. Carlito, oh my gosh. This thing was crazy, man. And Braun Breaker was just wrecking house, bro. But he was taken advantage of and got hit with a 619. But he went to the top rope. Finn Balor intercepted Dom Mysterio. The two of them started to argue for a little bit. But it looks like Finn's going to get his offense in. Finn's going to win. He pits Braun Breaker into the corner. Hits him with a coup de grace. In a similar situation to what we saw with Bianca and them. Where while Finn is trying to go for the pin. Look up Dom Mysterio. Frog splash from the heavens. Boom. And it happens. Dominik Mysterio for the win, bro. The crowd erupts. It's electric in there. And I mean, look. A true Mysterio, a true talent, finally walks away with a belt. This was fire, man. I mean, the match, in totality, I think there could have been a little bit more where they played into, Dom and Finn, like, trying to figure out what's going on. I mean, like I said, I think there could have been a little bit more of that between the two of them trying to decipher whether or not they were going to work as a unit. Because, I mean, they get straight to it and start working as a unit. And then there's, like, little moments or two when they're like, wait a minute, what are we doing here? And they just get to fighting. And there was a couple moments when they were, like, trying to decide what do we do. I think it would have been a little bit doper. I think the match was a little too short, but it did what it was supposed to do. We had the rightful champion walking out. Now, I mean, the good thing here is that we could pit Dom against anybody. As long as the crowd lets him speak, we can pit Dom against anybody. And I think that this means good things for what it could mean for the future of the Judgment Day. Maybe there's an opportunity on the line for Finn. Maybe Braun Breaker steps into the World Championship category. Maybe Penta and Dom could have a moment. We could probably finally get El Grande Americano or Chad Gable an opportunity. I think it could be dope. But if I know the WWE, Dom's going to lose this very quickly. I'll give the finish a yay, but the match itself was okay. And then we had next, Randy Orton shows up, and he's really trying to decipher who is his challenger. And you say his name, he's going to appear. Joe Hendry pops up. And it was a dope moment. The crowd popped. The crowd erupted. It was cool that the TNA champ was able to show up for this moment. I mean, on short notice. I mean, you can only do what you can do. They built so much up with, the heat that was going to be Kevin Owens. And I will say, Triple H did allude to this in the press conference afterwards, talking about how it only made sense as it was someone who's a little more jovial to kind of take away some of the air in the room that people were upset about Kevin Owens not being there. Yeah, I understand. Okay, I'll let you have that. This match did what it was supposed to do. The two guys went at it. I mean, there was a couple cool moments where Joe Hendry was able to get his offense in, but Randy Orton lets him know who's big dog. RKO to end the match because Joe Hendry was spending too much time celebrating, and Randy Orton kind of embraces him and is like, look at the crowd. Man, it's so many people. You should be excited for this moment. And then, of course, sneaks in another RKO. I'm not mad at it. It was a little fun match. It did what it was supposed to do. Got the crowd hype. It was quick. It was like 3-4 minutes. I mean, as a whole, they did. I would give them this match an A because this is like a quick SmackDown match, but they did what they could do with very limited time. I think that there could have been something that they did here that would have made a little bit more sense because we still have Randy Orton with no challengers, no direction to head into. I don't know. But at least we had this moment, I guess. I mean, I think that there could have been a backup plan or something that they could have did where they lobbied it up to Randy Orton for the future, but I mean, I guess they wanted to have it culminate in a fun moment at WrestleMania. Speaking of which, yo, green shirt guy, what does he do? Our next match was AJ Styles and Logan Paul. A match that was supposed to do what it was supposed to do. It was supposed to cook. It was cool. I mean, like, there was some dope moments. You know, I would say Logan Paul was entertaining. His pacing was good. I mean, he was able to crown AJ Styles. He's a little more methodical than we wish. I mean, there were some moments for sure. Maybe I had a little bit more expectations on this match. Again, it wasn't a storyline that made any sense. But look, I will say there were a couple points in the match that made me stand up a little bit. First of all, there was this weird moment where Logan Paul hits AJ Styles with the Styles Clash, and then AJ Styles immediately gets up and hits Logan Paul with a Styles Clash. But in the midst of Logan Paul's boy trying to interrupt to slide the brass knuckles in there, Karrion Kross shows up. And this is why I would say the match actually drew a little bit of interest from me. Because we've been seeing Karrion Kross poke and prod everybody. And AJ Styles was one of those people. I mean, brother, we saw that you tried to fake your retirement last year just to get a match with Cody Rhodes. You think any of us forgot? Karrion Kross didn't. Put the knuckles on. Win. Because this is bigger than you. You can't let some YouTuber come into our space and cake this W. So I think that was dope that, we finally get, the payoff of Karrion Kross, because he's been there for a lot of big moments. And he's right. This match at least meant a little bit more than it was supposed to at surface level. And it's about time that they've been finally allowing a little bit of payoff for that, because all they do talk about some Logan Paul, you're not welcome. They all do the same trope. Logan Paul, you're not really built for this. You didn't put the blood, sweat, and tears into this. Da, 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 da. Yeah, sure, whatever, okay. But it was about time that Karrion Kross has been one of the people that have tried. And I mean, I'm not going to lie. I told y'all. We did a video a while back. This dude's promo was better than a lot of the promo leading up to this match. Anyways, AJ Styles rejects Karrion Kross' opportunity, and that leads to his downfall. It was an okay match. Not going to lie. Nothing too spectacular, but Karrion Kross, I think, being in there is what happened. I agree that Logan Paul should have won. I mean, I don't understand the purpose of AJ Styles winning. I understand that all y'all wanted him to win because he's a true wrestler. You put 20 years in for this. Why would Logan Paul win? Yeah, I mean, guys, it literally makes no sense. Logan Paul is just beginning his WWE career. AJ Styles is literally supposed to be on his way out. This is his second match since returning. After he had already returned. I mean, dude, the dude has fought 4 matches in the last year and a half. I mean, y'all think I'm playing? This is the beginning of last year, January 19th, 2024. Him and AJ Styles and LA Knight had a match that led to a non-contest. And then the Royal Rumble, Roman Reigns, AJ Styles, LA Knight had a match, which Roman Reigns won. There was then an Elimination Chamber qualifier where Drew McIntyre beat AJ Styles in order to head into the Elimination Chamber. And then remember, at the Elimination Chamber, he shows up and costs LA Knight a W. And this was what culminated in them having a feud. He then wins a triple threat match and then defeats LA Knight. And then at Backlash, loses to AJ Styles. We're talking about 6 matches. He then lost in the King of the Ring, lost at Clash of the Castle. He then loses to Carmelo Hayes because he got injured. And then in 2025, he returns the Royal Rumble and then beats Dominik Mysterio when he shows back up on Raw. And then he beats Karrion Kross. So we're talking about literally less than 10 matches within a year and a half. I get he did house shows and all that stuff, but if you're talking about TV and storyline canon, he only did 10 matches. What I'm using that to say is AJ Styles has admitted that he's on the back end of his career. I think we can have a meaningful feud for him. And I think it would be dope to actually see him against somebody like Karrion Kross. I mean, where it's a more of a mental game, where we get to see some more dynamic, some more growth, some build, or something like that between the character that is AJ Styles. Because, I mean, I would say, honestly, other than just the blood feud that he had between him and LA Knight, when that whole list that went down, there wasn't really anything of substance. It was just qualifying matches. That's it. And then he had the 2 matches against Cody Rhodes, which, again, were kind of nothing matches. I get it there for the title, but, it kind of came and went. Logan Paul's taken a couple L's recently, so I mean, I'd be interested to see what this dynamic will look like for the future for Logan Paul versus us continuing to stat pad AJ Styles. But whatever. So at this point of the show, we're at least pretty positive. And then it starts to dwindle downward. The greatest tag team of all time shows up, and LYRA Valkyria arrives. And again, like I said, the crowd is starting to, provide some energy, because there wasn't too many times in which we see energy being provided for LYRA Valkyria's entrance. But people are wooing when she walks in. And the great surprise is, who could it possibly be? A lot of us guessed it right. The man, Becky Lynch, shows up as a tag team partner. And again, I gotta be losing my mind. Now, it's a dope moment for Becky Lynch. We all get mad about Charlotte Flair. We all get mad about Rhea Ripley. She left. She was literally retired by Liv Morgan. She's gone. Like, bruh. She just lost last year at WrestleMania against Rhea Ripley. And then when Rhea Ripley vacates her belt, who gets the belt? Becky Lynch. Liv Morgan sends her to retirement. She's gone for a year, comes back, and wins the tag team championship. I mean, I'm just straight to the point. That's exactly what happens. She comes back, wins the tag team championship. The match itself wasn't really nothing to, get excited about. And I don't understand, why do we omit Bayley from this opportunity? Because apparently there was some mystery attacker. Like, this literally reminds, like, it's like they're starting to loop everything. Like, again, we're running everything back. I mean, we already saw the two of the same finishes tonight. I let it slide because Dominic Mysterio won and because Io Sky won. And, like, at least made a little bit of sense between the two of those things. Why are we running back Jade, Naomi, and Bianca Belair? Why are we doing this? What was the point of Liv Morgan having a belt for them to lose in their first defense? And I mean, of this first, like, what are we doing? Like, wow. It made zero sense that Bayley and Lyra are just able to join together as a team, and they get to catapult themselves to a PLE match. To then Becky just shows up and tags with Lyra, who again doesn't need 2 championships. She can't even defend her own championship on a PLE. So why does she now have 2 championships? But no. Logically, Becky Lynch, I understand that she's like the mentor to Lyra Valkyria. Why does she get to just show up? Her and Lyra are just this magical tag team that can take out a 3-time greatest tag team of all time. Why? Why does that get to happen? I mean, there's supposed to be meaning, right? Like, you being a tag team is about, working together, cohesiveness, timing. You shouldn't just be able to walk in and take the belt away from people that had the belt. I mean, there was a dope moment that we saw in WrestleMania 39 where Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn defeat the Usos, but there was like ties, bro. This was something that was, fostering over years. And then again, you can at least make the callback that Sami Owens and Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens were friends for over 20 years. So there's got to be some type of chemistry there. What? So again, what did Bayley get booted for? To give a bigger star? Bayley's supposed to be one of the 4 horsewomen. Why does this woman get to just show up and get a championship opportunity? Why couldn't she have just showed up on Raw or SmackDown? She had to get a WrestleMania moment? Yo, this is like, y'all be talking about Charlotte, but this is worse. This is crazy work. This payoff had better be monumental. Why couldn't Bayley have just had a match with Roxanne? I don't even understand it. We're giving charity matches away to Randy Orton because we feel bad to ensure that he gets his 20th WrestleMania match. But, like, Bayley and Roxanne just get thrown to the wayside. And that could have been a solid feud. I mean, it was developing. And now Bayley just gets taken out and disappears. after forming a tag team with Lyra Valkyria the night before a qualifying match. They qualify for WrestleMania against the tag team champions, and then Lyra Valkyria says, "Yo, I'm so good. What I can do, I just grab anybody. Let me go grab Becky Lynch. Yeah, baby, return with me, and we'll fight against Liv Morgan, and we'll actually win the championships." So what do Raquel and Liv Morgan do now? I mean, I'm excited for Liv Morgan to enter solo division. But now what does Raquel do? Raquel, I mean, go take the championship away from Lyra, because it's getting ridiculous. Look, Lyra's dope in the ring. Lyra's exciting to watch. We're playing up this whole Lyra 2 belts thing. I get it. She's following the same footsteps that Becky did when she was Becky 2. It just, why? This made this even worse for me. This already was a terrible lead up to this match. It was already silly enough that it was just like a charity match for Liv Morgan because we forgot that you weren't even on the WrestleMania card in itself. That we just threw together some names in order for you guys to defend your titles. But now we've given again 2 people who do not need tag team championships to be in the tag team division that is already dwindling. So now you have zero competition because we've already seen the contenders can just be wiped away at nothing. You took away the tag team championships, so now you've diminished the value of the tag team championships because the tag team champions, the only 3-time tag team champions, get defeated after a partner is tagged in at the last moment. Because nobody knew who the tag team champion match was going to be against. So now there's no competition out there, and we got 2 people walking around with tag team championships. What is this going to do with the tag team division? What is this doing to help anybody? And we can't even get Katana Chance and Kaden Carter on TV. The Secret Service has no appearance made in WrestleMania. Chelsea Green, your United States champion, had 0 appearances in WrestleMania 41. And this is what happens. Like, through and through, this has got to be a nay for me. I mean, the match in itself, nah. The finish, the lead up, no. I would have been okay with at least Bayley and Lyra winning the belts, or at least there had been something that happened between them in the match that led to them losing, and then lead to a little bit of tension, or something like that. But then, the only way that this rectifies itself, it makes a little bit of sense, is Lyra finds out that Becky took out Bayley. She's mad at her. I can't trust you anymore. It leads to them having distrust between the 2 of them, leads to them losing the championships, and then Becky challenges Lyra. So we at least get Lyra on the PLE. Or, at the very least, Bayley challenges Becky. I mean, what are we doing? Like, this has to be something. It makes a little bit of sense. But then the 2, Bayley and Becky, fight, and there's no title on the line. I mean, again, I'm gonna do what y'all do. Y'all say y'all gonna let Triple H cook. This was not one of the moments, but I'm gonna let it happen because we'll see what happens here. Because things like to get picked up and forgotten. So we might just see Bayley tomorrow on Raw and act like nothing happened. I gotta point out Stone Cold returning too, and this dude crashed into a woman in the front row. That was ridiculous. This dude was drunk out of his mind. That lady's definitely gonna try to sue. Oh my goodness. John Cena walks out, 0 emotion, all black. I wasn't really paying attention in this match, I ain't gonna lie. I mean, John Cena got to hit some of his signatures. There was a crazy amount of kickouts to where John Cena even got on the top rope and did an AA out of the heavens, and Cody Rhodes kicks out. So I was like, this is getting ridiculous now. And it got more and more ridiculous because, of course, there was a couple ref bumps. And then these dudes playing a silly tug of war with the belt. And where John Cena's trying to get Cody Rhodes to turn up. I already predicted this. I already told y'all this was going to happen. That he was going to be like, hey, look, you had a moment in which you were supposed to turn over to the dark side and then your hesitance cost you. What I think made me and the entire internet upset was that Travis Scott, for some reason, was a part of this moment. Again, I don't think any of us would have been mad that John Cena walks in with Travis Scott. Or Travis Scott is already sitting down on the crowd. Or Travis Scott makes an entrance right before this match. I mean, if Stone Cold's going to come out and announce things, I think it would have been cool that Travis Scott could have came out there and got the crowd hype. And then, in the midst of the match, he tries to help John Cena. Instead of him making this entrance like he's the dang Rock, slow walking out in the middle of the match, taking his sweet time walking down to the ramp. Yeah, he gets his crossroads. But, I mean, again, he was kind of like the factor that led to Cody Rhodes losing. And it was silly, an egregious finish. It was silly. Like I said, the little goofy tug war. You got it. No, I got it. You got it. No, I got it. Until, like I said, Cody Rhodes gets pinned on a 1-2-3 following a title shot to the head. When, like I said, this dude was kicking out of AAs off the top rope. I'm mad at John Cena winning. The manner in which he won was sick. Y'all are trying to stand up for this and be like, oh, remember he said he was going to make you guys hate wrestling. I would be dejected too if I was Cody Rhodes, because there's no way that you spent an entire year to go out to John Cena and this be one of your worst matches. I said it. This is one of the worst. I don't care what y'all talking about. This is one of the worst matches that he had in the title reign. This was bad. Like I think I'm really just highlighting like the ending. The end of the day, I wasn't really excited to see John Cena versus Cody Rhodes as a match in itself, because I don't think these two are quite entertaining at all as wrestlers. They don't really, neither of them really has a style. I think against most people, Cody Rhodes' moveset looks rehearsed and slow. And I mean, John Cena, we know he's got the 5 moves of doom, but it was swagless nowadays. You know, he's a little old, man. Give Cody Rhodes something else to do. I mean, a lot of them turn him to the dark side, but I know what a lot of people are upset about. Where's The Rock? None of us know. Why is The Rock not a part of the storyline? None of us know. Why was The Rock introduce himself and signal for John Cena to attack Cody Rhodes? None of us know. Why was Travis Scott there? None of us know. It was silly. It was goofy. And I'm going to tell y'all exactly what happened. John Cena turning heel was just a moment that happened in time with The Rock in order to say y'all should have bought tickets to the WWE event because you don't know what's going to happen at the WWE event. It was something that to get everybody hype for WrestleMania, because The Rock's going to be there. John Cena's going to be there. Travis Scott's going to be there. There was no payoff in John Cena going heel. I think John Cena could have did exactly what he was doing, other than trying to tell us that he's going to destroy wrestling. They could have been the exact same, and it could have just been at least a moment or so in this match where he turns over and does something despicable. So I think, again, there was no purpose in what he did in the Elimination Chamber. He already won. What did him signing over to The Rock or taking The Rock's orders, what did that benefit him? He already won the Elimination Chamber. Hey, look, if you just say, look, I got to do what I got to do to win. All that hustle, loyalty, respect stuff, it gets to a point. This is my last time around. I got to do what I got to do to win. And then, and maybe in this match, we could have seen John Cena do another couple dirty things, because we were like, oh, the way you won the Elimination Chamber was a little sus. The way you've been going about things is a little different, John. And then we had in this match something similar where Travis Scott shows up and says, hey, John Cena, here's the belt. Here's the belt. And then we get the tug of war, and he's like, Cody, I would never. And then hits him with the belt or something like that. Hey. I think this could have meant something. And then we get the announcement of John Cena coming out, telling the crowd, you guys are goofy. I'm taking this home with me. I'm destroying wrestling. And if that could have happened, I think it would have been a way better payoff. Because the lead up to this match was silly, wasted time, preposterous. To have this culminate in this type of match, where we've had The Rock included for no reason, it's just silly. All in all, we had, The Rock big up in Cody Rhodes for weeks on end. It was silly. I don't even understand what The Rock had to do with anything here. Let's just be done with this here. Let's be done with this here. Unless you have an actual plan in order to pay off why these people were involved, it would have made sense. It wasn't even like it was like anticlimactic to see even John Cena win because it wasn't like there was no payoff. There was no like even in the match. It was like we got zero development here. We literally just had Cody Rhodes with an opportunity to hit John Cena with the belt, and John Cena's like, "Do it." And he's like, "I won't." And John Cena kicks him in the nether regions and ends up hitting him with the title to win. Like, this was just so anticlimactic. It was silly. Like I said, there was 100 different ways that this could have happened. We could have omitted the moment in the Eliminated Chamber. Like this could have been something. It could have meant something. If you wanted to include Travis Scott so bad, like you could have just had Travis Scott being the one to kick Cody Rhodes in other regions and beat up or something like that. Like, what the heck did John Cena have to do with it? It's just silly. Everything's and I would say it left a bad taste in my mouth about night two. The last couple matches, I mean, nostalgia acts. Completely ruined night two for me. I think things got off to a hot start and it got ruined. I couldn't even grade the last couple. Like I said, the last couple matches, I gotta say, Becky Lynch onwards, everything that happened onwards, Stone Cold coming out hitting the lady, everything was an A. Wasn't excited about the matches. The in-ring work was nothing to revel about. And the finishes, no. All in all, this being WrestleMania, this is a rough watch. This was a rough watch. I was glued to my seat. I'm not gonna lie. For the first 3 matches of the night, then you lost me. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Stay tuned to the next video.